Joining us now on the MARR Army Rock Show, we've got a fantastic band that is joining us again on the show. They've been guests before. We were honored to have them as guests at MARR Rocks for MDA. We have got Hate Grenade from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Guys, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us. Stop.
So,
hey, so I think what's up is some exciting news out of your camp. The new album, Pull the Pin, is coming out real soon. The new single's out now, and another one dropping soon. So, man, lots to talk about. So let's get right into the new single that's out there, Killjoy. Tell us, was that the first song recorded for the album, or did that one bubble up above the others?
it wasn't really the first song we recorded. It was, that wasn't even one of the first songs we actually had written for the album. It was one of the latest ones we did, actually, and it was one of the ones that just had that funnest vibe to it. So we're thinking, like, what could be the first single that had all the elements to Pull the Pin? And that one basically was it. It had all the grooves, had all the necessary elements that were on every song on the album. So we were like, it was pretty much a no-brainer to call Killjoy our first single.
So when I hear bands like you guys, and, you know, I compare you guys a lot of times to all kinds of bands like Papa Roach, Nonpoint, Seven Dust, and Style, I always kind of wonder about the roots of your band and if they're different for different band members. Are they more rooted in metal or rap or some kind of combination?
Well, my influence at a young age was all hip-hop and rap, and it kind of brought me into how I rap now in Hate Grenade, but as I got in my middle school years, I started getting into more of the metal scene. I started listening to, like, the rap metal bands like Limp Bizkit, Korn, and Papa Roach, and Slipknot, and from there I kind of forwarded in more, like, the death metal scene. So I kind of had a whole variety of music growing up. So that was basically my background. I kind of just had all influences of everything.
For me, I grew up listening to a lot of different stuff. My family listened, you know, my dad was a musician, so he played a lot of country and classic rock. I did a lot of, when I came through high school, I listened to a lot of new metal stuff. Deftones was the first band that reached out and just grabbed me, and they opened up a whole new door to other bands. Nonpoint is a huge influence, Seven Dust, just really, really good, great bands that, you know, we were lucky enough to have growing up. Those are guys that really reached out to me. What about you, Mikey?
Yeah, for me, I grew up on, like, Springsteen, Billy Joel, Elton John, stuff like that, but as I got older, I'm really stuck on, like, the Foo Fighters now, so.
Wow, now that one surprised me. I wouldn't have pulled that one out to compare to you guys, but I love hearing the different influences and how it's melted into what Hate Grenade is now, so. Hey, if you're listening to the MARR Army Rock Show on Tuesday, today's the last day to get the pre-sale packages, so guys, why don't you tell folks a little bit about what they can get in the pre-sale packages of Pull the Pin?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We have packages. You can go to www.hategrenade.com, and we have an online shop, and our packages start as little as $10. For $10, you get the jewel case CD, a digital download, and a Hate Grenade bracelet. And then I think for $20, we have the next level up. It includes all pre-sale package for the $10, the pre-sale package A, $10 package. And then you also get, in addition to that, you get some handwritten lyrics to the song and an autographed poster. 11 by 17-inch poster. Then we have a $50 package that features some pretty sweet drumhead art from Jeff. He does all kinds of airbrushing and cool stuff, so he's working on some of those. In addition to all the stuff in the $20 package, it just kind of builds up. And then we have a ridiculous package that we didn't think anybody would buy anyway, but we were like, what the heck, let's go hang out and have a party. So you can check all that out on the online shop at hategrenade.com.
I want to ask you about what you're referring to as the ridiculous package. Somebody might pick it up because I saw that included an acoustic performance, and I know you guys, I'm having a hard time picturing. Tell me what a Hate Grenade acoustic performance would be like.
It would be great, because, I mean, not only will we have some pretty cool translations that we could work in with the stuff that we have, but, like, you know, we have some covers that we like to play, and, I mean, for me, like, acoustic has always been, like, a community thing, you know, you sit around and, you know, fires and things like that and hang out, and it's, you know, you're passing the guitar around, and that's kind of what we were trying to encapsulate with the acoustic package.
Now, it's hard to believe that, reading your bio, we've known you for a little while, that you performed live for the first time less than 3 years ago. So reflect back on that first performance and where you are now. Are you happy with the success of the band so far?
Oh, I'm very proud of these guys. The past 3 years have been amazing. When I joined the band, I didn't think we'd really do much besides just be a little local band in little bars and play a couple shows or whatever. But within the past 3 years, we've opened up for Nonpoint, 40 Below Summer, Straight Line Stitch, The Dreaming, and it was basically just like, holy crap. Some of these bands that I've looked up to since I was in middle school, and I'm sitting there having a beer with Max from 40 Below Summer, and it's like, holy crap. And it's like the middle school me would be freaking out right now.
We're really lucky. Like, we're really lucky as a band that we know some of the people we know, and we've gotten to meet some of the friends. I mean, the band scene is a really, really nice scene, man. Like, if you can get in with the right people and they treat you well. Like, we've been really blessed with the people we know. I mean, that have made some of those shows happen, because I don't know many bands as young as we are that you're lucky to receive some of the opportunities that we receive. So it really goes out to the people that have some faith in us, you know, because that's what really is the driving force behind it.
Well, take a lot of credit for it. You know, the talent's there, or you wouldn't get that recognition.
Like, the past 3 years has just been a mind trip. It's
a lot of hard work. It's a lot of grinding.
Yeah.
So, talking about hard work, you guys decided to go with a full-length album on Pull the Pin. Was that a tough decision in this day and age where we do, you know, singles, EPs a lot?
No, it's something that we've been discussing since we basically, just the three of us started jamming together. That's basically been our main goal, was to make a full length. And we pretty much wrote these songs in the first year of us being a band. These songs have been on the back burner for so long. We've been trying to record this album for the past year and a half now. We've just been hitting speed bumps along the way, but finally we just said, screw it. We pulled all of our band funds. We got even our own money just to go in the studio and punch this out.
It came out really well, too. We're really excited about it. It's a testament. It's a testament to what you can do if you try, man.
Hey, so Chuck, man, Shiprock is coming up real soon, and I know you're a fellow Shiprocker. We had a blast hanging out with you, even doing an interview for the show on the ship. Looking back at it, besides your honeymoon, now that was obviously the highlight of the trip for you, but from a musician's perspective, a year later now, what still has stuck with you the most about the Shiprock cruise?
Oh, man, let me just say that I'm so jealous of everybody going on Shiprock this year. It's such a great experience. It's a bucket list. It's a long shot in the dark. It's a dream after doing it to play that ship someday, because it's just, you ask me what the thing that stands out. It's all the music's great, all the people are great, but it's the whole sense of community on the ship, man. It's like, if you could just duplicate that in the world, think of the utopia we could live in. But that's what really stuck out to me, is everybody's super nice, and the music was bumping, and it's just a great atmosphere. I'm completely envious of everybody going this year. I hope we can go maybe next year.
Well, for the Shiprockers out there listening, Hate Grenade's a band you definitely want to check out, and we'll keep pumping you guys up amongst that community. And you never know, man. Our friends, you know, in Dark Before Dawn, we actually met Sean as a fellow cruiser, and, you know, next thing you know, they're playing motorboat. So, hey, hang in there and keep plugging away at it. You never know what might come of that thing. So,
that's just it, man, guys.
So, hey, tell me about the cartoon Hate Grenade picture, man. Did Jeff do that one? Or, you know what I'm talking about, the little cartoonized version of you guys?
Yeah, I drew that on my lunch break at work one day, just trying to come up with album art, and that's all I did. That's basically all I do, is just draw during my lunch break at work. And I was sitting there, and I got bored one night, and I drew all of us in little cartoon versions. I gave it to Chuck, and he liked it enough that we were all just sitting there like, hey, we should put that in the album.
Yeah, man, that thing needs to be
kind of outdated, because it's kind of outdated because when I drew me, I had my braids back then, but now I got my dreads, so I didn't want to update it, so I said screw it.
That one would make an awesome T-shirt. You don't see a lot of cartoony T-shirts, but man, that one's right up there. I think it'd be a really cool one if you guys throw that one out there.
It's funny you say that, because it's already been discussed.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. It might just show up on some merch at one of your shows. So, hey, was there any sort? You mentioned a couple of them here, but and you already talked about that one, like, kind of wake up moment, like, oh my God, we just played with Boom. Like, who was the one band that was like, we just played on stage with? That was a shocker to you.
For me, it would probably be Nonpoint.
Yeah, me too.
When Chuck gave me the news that we were opening for Nonpoint, it was probably the greatest, like, news I could have gotten for this band. Not like I've been a fan of Nonpoint since I was so young, and it's like, holy crap. And we played the show, and their guitar player watched us perform. We didn't even have an EP at that time, so we couldn't give them anything to boost our upcoming or whatever you want to call it. But I actually had to leave before I even got to watch him play on stage. But luckily, I talked to the guitar player, and he got me on the tour bus, so I got to hang out with the guys in Nonpoint before I had to leave, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're super nice guys. I've seen them play so many times. I got to see them at Rock. I mean, they're really cool guys. For me, I think they really embody what it takes to make it. You know what I mean? And when I say make it, I mean to have a career in music. You got to work hard. You got to reach out to your fans. I mean, those guys are a perfect example of what you need to do to have success.
For me, I'd pretty much say, to be honest, any of them, because I never thought there'd be a chance that I'd share a stage with anybody bigger than a local band around here. So it's all been pretty cool, actually.
So, winter is upon us. When are you guys going to start hitting the live circuit again?
Well, that's as soon as possible. That's what we'll say to that, because we miss playing, we miss seeing everybody and hanging out, and some of the bands we've been lucky to meet and everything. We miss hanging out with all those great people. So sooner than later, right now. But honestly, we're going through some bass auditions right now, trying to find a good replacement to come in and do what we do. And it takes time to find the right fit. You can slam someone in, or you can do it right and make sure that the criteria is met. And the important thing is getting everybody on the same page. There's a lot of great bands out there with great musicians. They're looking to be in bands and everything, and they can come in and play music, but it's all about, are we trying to get to the same place, or the goals, long-term goals matching and things, and it just takes time to get through that process. But we're in the process right now. We're working with a couple different people, and we're excited we're excited to think that we could potentially be out there, hopefully sooner than later.
So do we have a release date yet for the album? Not pressuring you guys, but how soon can people expect? I know the pre-order ends today if you're listening on Tuesday. You can do the pre-order. Any idea when the full album's coming out?
The full album will be out Christmas Eve. That's what we want to get before the end of the year, because we've been pimping it out all of our live shows saying it'd come out this year, and I didn't want to become a liar on stage. We busted it out. Even during the recording process, we had it all in our mind to get the album in and done, but the performance-wise, Mikey did all the drum tracks on that entire album in one take. Chuck did it flawlessly, and I had to do the bass duties on that album, seeing as how we were without a bass player, so I had to pull a double duty with doing bass and vocals. But the entire album, I'd say it's not as raw as Reload EP, but it's a bigger step. We've evolved as musicians, and we've become tighter over the years of playing together. So basically what you hear on the album is basically how we will sound on stage. It's as live as we can get, so it's basically everything in one take.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing the full album, and once it's set, now Christmas Eve, you're going to get the full release, or you can hop out there on HateGrenade.com and pick up a pre-order with some other pretty cool stuff out there today. So, hey guys, thanks a lot for being back on the show, and Jeff and Chuck and Mike, it's always a pleasure seeing you guys at the show, and even better when you're up on the stage. So, good luck with the new release.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks, Rock, man. We really appreciate you having us, bud.